Hey guys, Chris here, and welcome to Coral Reef Builders. Behind me I have my brand new 20-gallon long Reef Frag tank setup. It's so new there's not even any water in it yet, but we will get there. Before I go ahead and fill this thing up for the first time, let's go ahead, take a look, and see what I got set up. Alright, let's get up in here. So for filtration on this tank, it is kind of dark in there, so I apologize for the lack of lighting. But down below I'm going to be running a sump filtration. And I have a DIY 10-gallon sump that I made myself. It's a 10-gallon Aqueon tank with picture glass siliconed in for baffles. I have 3 chambers, my downflow, refugium / skimmer chamber, bubble trap, and then my return pump. For the return pump, I'm going to be using, let's see, a Lifeguard Aquatics Quiet One. Return pump. They're pretty cheap disposable pumps, but they work pretty good and they are very budget friendly. In the sump chamber, I'm going to be using a Reef Octopus BH50 for my protein skimmer, and up top I've got a nano overflow. I'm going to be running a siphon overflow on this. I have not drilled the tank. It's got a 3/4 inch PVC pipe running back behind and coming down for my overflow, and then I'm going to have 3/4 inch braided nylon hose going back for the return, coming up on the opposite side. I'm going to be running a single power head, I think, on the one side opposite the return, and then last but not least, for the lighting up above, I am running a single AI Prime HD LED fixture. I may expand it to 2 depending on how everything grows in this tank, but 1 should be sufficient for now, given that it's a pretty shallow tank and it's only 20 gallons. So my main goal with this 20-gallon tank is to be a coral frag tank. I don't really plan on building it out too large, but what I want to do with it is to get corals, grow them, and be able to transfer them eventually down to my 65-gallon tank in the basement. For the substrate in this tank, I'm going to be using a crushed coral, and I'm not going to be putting much as far as aquascaping in it. I did find this really cool rock that I'm going to be using. I found this at my local fish store. It's just a base rock. I think it was like $4 a pound for this thing. And then I'm probably going to steal a piece of live rock out of my 65-gallon to help the cycle speed up on this, to put some bacteria and whatnot from the other tank, put it in here and get that going. I do plan on putting fish in this tank, but I'm not sure quite what yet. My initial thinking was to go with some clownfish or a bunch of damsels. If you have any ideas, please comment below and let me know what you think of what I should go with in this tank. As it stands, I only have a few steps left of getting this tank up and running. I got to paint the background, rinse the substrate, and then fill it with water. I've already got the salt water brewing downstairs ready to go, so really it's just throw some acrylic paint on the back and rinse the substrate, put it in, and we're ready to fill this thing up and get her running. As this tank progresses, I do plan on doing weekly updates so that everybody can keep an eye on and follow along as this tank progresses from an empty build to a fully flourishing tank. So hopefully within the next couple of days I'll be able to get all the substrate and water in there, and we'll get this thing running. And like I said, we're going to be keeping weekly updates on this to follow the progression of this build. So thanks for watching Coral Reef Builders. This is Chris signing off, and we'll see you on the next video.